Good evening, good evening. Oof, that was a big flash. We have a storm coming overhead, so I am hoping, fingers crossed, we are going to be okay with the internet. I know Foxtel's just gone down. Hello, Megan North. I know it's you because it's hello, my beautiful friend, and you always say hello, my beautiful friend. I'm just trying to get it on here. Oh, I'm trying to find it on my phone so I can just see who is with me this evening. Get messages. Are you live? Are you live? I've got 8 people here, so do you just want to pop your names in the chat so I can see? Here we go. Let's see if we can do it that way. There we go. Here we are. There I am. There we go. Okay. Oh, Vicky Pierce, hello. Jackie, hi. Hi, Kylie. Sorry, Kylie, I didn't reply to you. Hello, Colette. I was literally throwing dinner down my throat. Hello, Amy. Good evening. Yes, we have a storm, don't we, Vicky? Hi, Cara. You got the storm as well. It's coming in now. Oh, I've got an amazing evening for you this evening. Hello, Anna. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I've been channeling this afternoon. I've got my tea here. So cheers, everybody. Good evening, Marnie. Nice to see you. It's lovely to see the old gang coming back, but also some new people. I'm just gonna light a storm is incredible. I know. Gotcha. Megan Buntine's here. Gosh, the flashes. Hello, Linley. Okay, I'm just gonna work. We're gonna be working with the element of fire. I think we're also working with the element of loads of water and loads of air and lots of electricity outside. But you know what? What I've channeled tonight and for the next couple of nights, it hasn't all come through for the next 2 nights. There we go. Look at that candle going. There we are. Twin flames. Sorry, I had to say that. Double flame. What we're going to be working with, and quite interestingly, when I worked on who the archangels we're going to be working with tonight, you know, I tend to always work with Archangel Metatron because he works with the Akashic Records. But interestingly enough, I had Archangel Azrael come through, and I was like, oh, I actually had to go and look him up and just check what he works with, and he's death and rebirth. And when I sat there and I thought, oh, okay, that makes so much sense, because we are clearing old paradigms and stories tonight around intuition, psychic gifts, and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a bit of a tale of 2 halves, because in the group I have my spiritual healers, I have the people that are very proficient in spiritual practice, but I also have my newbies as well, sort of on this spiritual journey. So, you know, I'm sort of working to two different ends of the spectrum. Hi, Pina. Hi, Kirsty. What time is it in the UK? Hello, Joanne. You're here. Great. You found me. Oh, I love Archangel Azrael. Yeah, so fitting that he is here tonight. Yes. And obviously, like, he's come in and I've like opened up some of the vortex as well. And then like all this storm's coming through. So, you know, the because he works with he's the archangel of death, but it's also about releasing grief. So like the water's coming as well. Oh, it's 9 a.m. Okay, so it's not too bad for you through there. So for the next 3 nights, we're going to be together. I plan to go for about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to try and keep to time. And I thought I'd do it a different way this month. I thought I would do it, you know, over 3 nights so that you've got time to sleep and integrate everything that will be clearing and healing. So it'll be like a clearing and a healing and an up level, clearing, a healing and an up level, clearing, a healing and an up level. So you're going to really enjoy these 3 nights. We're going to work on fears and blocks to your intuition and your psychic gifts. We are also going to work tonight on clearing some past life trauma around your intuition. We're actually going to work with the wounded self, so not the wounded soul self. And we're also going to be clearing inherited fears. We're actually going to clear humiliation as well. That's come up. And we need to change the energy to blue-green. We're also going to be calling in your guardian angels, your helper angels. We're going to work with Azrael and Metatron. So death, rebirth, and also updating the Akashic records, as always. And we're going to call in and work with the eternal spirit of the feminine. So this divine feminine is coming in. We're going to work with your spirit guides and a higher power. And we're also going to do the visualization at the end, working with pyramid energy. Okay, so I first came across pyramid energy as part of theta healing when Vianna Steibel works on meditations through like a pyramid, and then she also can work through the Merkaba energy. So this pyramid energy came through, and I was like, oh, okay, that's quite interesting. So we'll see where that goes, where we're taking. So yeah, I've channeled everything, and it's going to be coming through. So the next few nights, so we're going to do this like pyramid energy healing tonight, but we're also tomorrow night we're going to be working with the inner Merkaba, and we're going to do an activation tomorrow night and a protection as well for you. Also, we're going to go deeper with the fears and releasing attached emotions. We're also in either tomorrow night or the third night, the final night, we're also going to be looking at a higher self connection. So, you know, it's always bringing that higher self, that intuition through. Hello, Marianne. The other thing that's quite interesting is a lot of people have trouble with, you block your intuition sometimes because you fear certain things. So we're going to be going a little bit deeper on that. I've just got messages all coming through, and the fears around what you might see, sense, feel, or know. So yes, we are going to be doing a deep dive. Is everyone excited for tonight? And what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to set some intentions. So I've lit the fire. So we're going to work with the element of fire. I'm going to call in Freya, the goddess of fire that I work with as well. Let me know in the chat, how is everybody feeling? Are you excited? Are you a bit nervous? And I also want you to think on some intentions. So these next 3 nights that we're together and we're working on the intuition and your psychic gifts. Oh, Melissa's here. Hi, Melissa. Someone's super duper excited. Absolutely very excited to see what emotion. Super duper excited. Yep. Yeah, I think you're going to have some activations, Megan North. Joanne is excited. A little nervous, jet lagged, but excited. Excited and nervous. Good. Because I'm going to be pushing you out of your comfort zone into your stretch zone when it comes to this type of work as well. So I want you to just pause and think for a minute. Just pleased I managed to work out how to get on the call. Yes, it's funny. A lot of you have sent me messages and said, "Oh, is there a Zoom link?" I'm like, no, it's just in the group. Fun. Can't wait. Yeah, it's just in the group. It's the workshop on Saturday that is a Zoom link that is private. Amber, hi Amber, you're very excited. Okay, so let's just I was just about to say let's do an energy clearing, and then it was crack, bang, wallop with the storm. So if the recording, hopefully not, you'll keep dropping out. Yeah, Marnie, you're probably getting the storm as well. If it drops out, don't worry, I will come back on. If I get a power cut, heaven forbid that doesn't happen, please, angels and guides, don't let that happen. I will record this and I'll upload it into the group. So don't feel that you will miss out on this. Come hell or high water, I will get this for you. Oh, you heard it. Yeah. Wowzers, I heard that. Yep. It's when you look at me when you come out of meditation and I look like I've had a perm. That's when you want to be worried. Oh dear. Okay, so close your eyes. Let's get this sacred space, this vortex open up. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, so close your eyes, take some deep breaths. Just get really comfortable. We're going to have fun over the next 3 nights. If a lot of you know me and you know that I like to raise the vibration when I'm doing my healings and my activations and my teachings and my trainings and sharing my wisdom and knowledge with you. Because you know what? Some of this stuff that we're holding on to is heavy stuff, right? And fun. Yes, Megan Buntine, it's all about the fun day today for you. Your pool's about to overflow. So, you know, for the next 3 nights, we're going to have fun. We're going to make this enjoyable. I'm all for raising the vibration when it comes to doing spiritual work. You know, I'll make you laugh, I'll make you giggle. So yeah, we're just going to have 3 nights of epic fun together. All right, so close your eyes, take some breaths. Okay, and just feel into this beautiful energy that's starting to come all around you. Just breathing in, breathing out, and we're going to call in Archangel Metatron and Archangel Azrael. We're also going to call in your guardian angels of 100% love and light. And we're also going to call in your helper angels. We also want to work with the internal spirit of the feminine. We want your spirit guides of 100% love and light. And we want your higher self of 100% love and light. Okay, and we're going to call in energy codes of you are loved and you are valued, just as you are. Okay, because I know some of you, I can feel into you that you're going to either watch this on the replay or you're hearing the call. And some of you are like, oh, you know, Claire attracts some really like psychic, intuitive people. I don't know if I'm worthy to be in this group. I know some of you will be feeling that. So we just want to pull that, release it, send it to the light. And we just want to call in that you are loved, you are valued, and you are meant to be here. Okay. And we just want all your beautiful helpers, your guardian angels, Azrael, Metatron, the internal spirit of the feminine to just bond with you. So just feel that loving support all around you. And we're just going to pull in blue-green energy. Okay, just breathing in, breathing out. Okay, and we just want to cultivate over the next 3 nights a real sense of clarity, an embodiment, activation if you need it, healings if you need it. So whatever you need at this present moment in time, we're going to set the intention that you receive it in the most loving, gentle, easy way, in a fun way, in an up-leveling way. And I want you to embrace that part of you that's brave to allow yourself to change, to open up that intuition at whatever level is perfectly aligned for you at this moment in time. So some of you, I can see it's going to have a massive up level. Some of you just need to just have, you know, cultivate it at a very like easy, gentle pace. So whatever is right for you at this time, under the law of grace, mercy and compassion, so mote it be. So we want you to embrace your intuition or up-level your intuition, your gifts. And we want to heal the blocks. We're going to command that we dissolve all curses that stop you from using your powerful gifts of intuition. So over the next 3 nights, my intention to bring to you, to be here for you, to love you and support you and hold you in this transformation, and to facilitate the information coming through, and to facilitate the healings and the activations, and to channel that for you. And my wish for you is to truly embrace all of who you are, opening yourself up to your divine destiny and awakening your intuition by allowing that internal compass, allowing your true North Star to guide you. So this is a 7 universal year number. It's about you coming back to self, using your intuition, being guided by your intuition. So there we are. There's a flash of light. Beautiful. So like this is the last event for this year in the group till January. Woo. So we're going to go out literally with a bang. We're going to do this in the most loving, gentle, easy way. So just by taking some deep breaths and really tuning into yourself, so whether that's your higher self, your body, your all-knowing, that North Star compass, where in your life do you need guidance at this time? Because I know some of you have come here to have this intuition opened up because you want guidance. Where do you need your intuition to be rock solid? What do you wish for over these next 3 nights? So set that intention, send it out to the universe. So the universe, God, creator, divine source, angels and guides, whoever you believe in, that higher power, that all-knowing. What is your intention for the next 3 nights? Okay, so whether you need to say that out loud, write it down, whatever you need. So the universe hears you and then can help me facilitate what you need. Okay, where do you need to awaken in your life? Because awakening is going to be a massive thing for the next 4 months. Okay, so like January, February, March, you know, doing some channeling on next year. Awakening is going to be a big thing for that first quarter of 2024. So we're bringing in soul this year. We're bringing in that intuition. And then we're going to have an awakening for that January, February, March. So it's perfect timing that this has come in for us to heal the blocks of the past, to raise our vibration for ourselves. But as we raise our vibration, we also help others raise their vibration. Okay, good. I can feel some of you all being activated at the moment with me talking. Okay, so when we raise our vibration, we awaken and we tune in to our intuition and we accept our own gifts and talents, we all collectively get tuned in, turned on, and guided to be our full potential, authentic self. And when we hear that activation, I can feel I'm activating some of you. When you step into that authentic self, you open up new possibilities, you open up more potential, and you end the old paradigms and the old programs because you raise your vibration. As you raise that vibration, all your old beliefs, all your old stories, all your old paradigms, they just fall away. They can't stick to you anymore. Okay, just keep breathing and just allow this to all just clear as I'm talking to you. So when we release those old programs, those old paradigms, because they can't stick to you anymore, you can't get hurt. Okay, and over the next 3 nights, we're really going to release all those old stories, all those old paradigms. Nothing sticking to us. That mud's not going to stick to us. Yeah, I knew I was activating people as I'm talking. Because I've got the candle as well going as well, and the flame, it's just burning everything through. We're just doing this massive clearing because you're just ready for it. And we just want to give up that pain and that hurt, that old mud, the old stories, the old paradigms. And we really want to step into the power and the presence and really embody our gifts, our intuition, because there's nothing worse. We've had lifetimes over lifetimes, even our ancestors, where our gifts have been unseen, unused, and unactivated and shut down. Good. Okay, so just breathe in. Just keep breathing and just allowing. I'm really working through your sacral chakras tonight, ladies. So some of you might actually need to, as you're sitting there and you're tuning in to all of this and you're just listening, some of you might actually need to move your bodies. It's really interesting. I got an early Christmas present today. And my husband has bought me a crystal sound bowl. And I was actually quite surprised. I was like, okay, this. He doesn't normally do stuff like this for me. She's great, receive. But he bought me the root chakra, and I've just been playing it all day. But I think I just needed to really do all that clearing, so it's ready for you lot tonight. Who knows? I might be playing it tomorrow night for you. Okay, so keep breathing in and breathing out, just releasing, clearing. You've made a sacral chakra tea. Perfect. Okay, just keep letting it all release. And my body's going to be talking to your body, and we're going to be coding you. I did say to him, Megan North, I want all of them. I want all of them now. He went, yeah, I bet you do. I said, oh, well, that's going to be my birthdays and my Christmas presents for the next, well, if we do it twice a year, next 3 years. Oh, dear. Okay. All right. So has everyone set their intentions of what they want for the next 3 nights? It was interesting because as I was playing the sound bowl, I thought the dogs would go really mad at it, but they didn't. But it was lovely. It was really lovely to clear it through the house. Really nice. Okay, so let me know in the chat what you want, what are your desires and your wishes for the next 3 nights. Let me know. You can keep it private if you want to, but I like it when we're really interactive with each other. So let me know in the chat. Okay, so I'm going to talk tonight. I'm going to talk tonight about all the different clairs. And I know some of you are, okay, abundance, great. I'm going to talk about the different clairs and what they are. If any of you struggle with your intuition or your psychic gifts, I can tune into that for you and let you know. I'm just going to read through. So Stephanie's working with abundance. Joanne, I love to trust myself unconditionally and improve my intuition. Financial abundance. To clear the old stuff I'm still holding on to from my first marriage. To start to ooze energy that people want to work with me as their coach as soon as they meet me. Yep. So you're raising, activating your vibrance, inner vibrance. Laser focus on my business for next year. Short version. I think I need to go Specsavers. Short version: release, heal, activate, and clarity. Okay, Melissa, be clear on the aligned action that will connect me with my powerful self-responsible taking action leaders in my business. Yep. Melissa, you're going to love Saturday's workshop because we are being laser focused. We're going to be manifesting like anything as well. Okay, to open up my psychic and healings gifts fully. Okay, opening up more of my psychic gifts, abundance and flow for Wendy in all areas, and listening to my intuition and trust more. Yeah, trust is a big thing when it comes to intuition. I want to build on this inner calm I've been receiving and trust my intuition. Abundance in my finances and business too. Amy, stop focusing on the small stuff, letting go more, and what will be needed, I can imagine. Up level my intuition and clear the doubt around my abilities. Yeah, well, we're definitely going to be doing some of that for everyone. Vicky, financial intuition to bring in wealth and health vibrations to unlock weight loss, health and wealth. Vicky, I'm going to be running a pendulum workshop up here. I've already got the one in Melbourne booked in. So my Melbourne fam bam down there are going to be enjoying that. But yeah, I think for you, Vicky, I think doing a pendulum course with me, I think I'm going to teach people how to really unlock money blocks with pendulums. That's, to be honest, like I've done theta healing, I've done medical intuition. I'm just going to put that on to do not disturb. But energetics of money is really, really interesting. Yep. So there's a lot of you wanting to work on abundance. And you know what? I'm going to be completely honest when it comes to abundance, right? Are you being polite when you say abundance? Because abundance, right, is just more than one thing. Abundance is time, health, love, and money. So when I work a lot with wealth consciousness, you know, my Unleashing Prosperity program, creating financial freedom and stuff like that, right? I love working with the energy of money and things like that. Is Stephanie, you're going to have to come out here and just get on a flight. Come and do them in Australia. No, when I come to the UK, I know I will. It might be next year or the year after. I will run classes over there. But you know, if you so who wants to work? Who wants to like work on their abundance next year? Abundance is the year of 8 next year. So it is all around money and abundance next year. But if you want to work on money, you tell the universe it's money that you want. Don't say abundance, because abundance will come in different forms. So it'll either come in the time, the health, the wealth, the money, or love, relationships, and things like that. So be really specific, okay? Because I know some of you will be like, oh no, just abundance, because it sounds more spiritual rather than just saying hell, money. So if you want to work with money and you want to work on money blocks and things like that, you say money, not abundance. Does everyone get me with that? Because the energy of money is very different to the energy of abundance when you feel into it, if any of you are feelers. Pendulum's great for quick results. Yes to working on abundance in a few areas: health, money, relationships. Kylie, you're with the right person, love. Bring on the money. Yeah, be honest. It's like, no, it's money. Because then what will happen is when you set that intention of like money, creator, I know Joanne, you're a theta healer as well, creator will show you where the blocks are within your money. If you say abundance, the creator will show you where the blocks are in your abundance. Yeah. A colleague shared she'd been putting it out to the universe for a while now. 20,000. Today she sold an item for her and the guy paid her $20 bills. There you go. Yeah. Same. You didn't want to sound greedy. Yeah. And that's the thing. You say abundance because you're being polite. Yeah. So that's a healing in itself. I don't want to sound greedy. Money, please. Yep. So I am running Unleashing Prosperity again in January, just so you know, everybody. Okay. And I've got people on the call that have done Unleashing Prosperity. Just drop it in, how fantastic it was. Okay. And not only were they manifesting for themselves, they were bringing money in through their partners. And the great thing about that was the fact that they were bringing money in without even having to work with it, because the partners were bringing the money in. So it's even better. Okay, you want 15 grand months? Yep. So we'll be taking that, Melissa, on Saturday in the workshop, and we'll be setting those intentions up. Yeah, Megan North, Unleashing Prosperity is amazing. Yeah. So we're working with all the karma of money, the energies of money. And I've actually been channeling new stuff for this Unleashing Prosperity, because you know me, I never do the same thing twice. So yes, we're just going to go back on another deeper level. Okay, so you've set some intentions of what you want your intuition to do, and 100% intuition will guide you, is your activator in creating the life you want. 100%, right? So my business, I run everything through pure channeling, intuition, guidance. You know, anything is like, oh, is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Okay, that's what I'm doing. And I do it, and I deliver on it. Okay, so my whole business is 100% intuitively led. 100%. 100%. Okay, I actually run my whole life being intuitively led, which can be dangerous at times. I think that's why I move so much. But in all fairness, I joke and I jest about me moving so much, but that has given me financial freedom in 3 years. So, you know, that you can do it, but it's cultivating that bravery and that courage and doing it. The universe will show you how to do it, but it's taking those steps. So, you know, like Melissa, you want 15 grand months. Okay, so you're setting that out there. You're going to open up your intuition. You're going to be guided, and they'll take you there. Okay, but it's not like take 2 steps and then go, oh no, I'm not going to do that, or I'm not going to do a Facebook Live, or I'm not going to run a Facebook group, or blah 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 blah, because the universe will take you. If that's what you want, the universe will take you there. But you also are creating momentum. So I know with Kirsty Freeth in the UK, you know, I keep saying to her, you're creating momentum. Don't stop creating momentum. Don't stop. Okay. The worst thing you can do is like put the brakes on, because then the universe, like you stop, and then you're like, okay, now I need to change direction and do something else. And then you've got to create all that momentum again to get those 15 grand months. 2 million a year, free and clear. I like that. Yeah, I'm up for that. 2 million a year, free and clear. Yeah. I love some of that. Okay, so let's talk about your gifts, your intuition and stuff like that. Let me know in the chat which ones resonate with you. So basically, we have every single intuitive gift possible that I'm going to read out. But some of us will have a default mechanism to the one that is the most natural, and the one that feels comfortable, and the one that feels the safest. Okay, so the first one is clairvoyance. So that is the gift of sight. All right, it's the one that is most well known. So a lot of people say, oh, I'm clairvoyant, etc. So it's the gift of sight. It's the one that is most well known, but it's not the most common. Okay, it's not common in a lot of us. It's where you see images images. So for me, when I had that, it was basically unlocked in my theta healing. It was around when I was having healing sessions as a client, but it really unlocked when I stepped into the arena of becoming doing the courses in theta healing. I wasn't expecting to be a practitioner or a healer. I just went because I wanted to do personal development on myself, and I loved theta healing as a client. But it's where you see images. So it feels like you could be in a huge cinema complex and you see everything playing out like a movie. And at the beginning, for me, I actually did see things like a movie. So it might be, you know, I was like getting scenes from like Gladiator, and I was like, okay, what's that? Why am I seeing like films from Gladiator? And it was like, oh, because it's Roman time. It's Roman times. Yeah. Or I'd see something else and I'd be like, oh, okay, so it's back then, and oh, it's around that time. So basically your gift of sight will show you the easiest way for you to comprehend. Okay, so it's where you see images. When your clairvoyance is starting to open up, right, what happens is you get a lot of dreams. So you dream a lot. So that's quite interesting. So I have a lot of clients when they first start working with me will say, oh my God, I was dreaming this and I saw this and I saw that. And I was like, oh, this is your clairvoyance starting to kick in. Also with clairvoyance, what you can find is that you can tune into someone and you can start to see their future, you can see their past, and you can see other timelines and parallel and future lives in that person as well, which is quite interesting. So for me, when I did my first ever healing session as a client, I went straight into a past life and I could visualize myself going, I was basically like in a castle, and the floor was all muddy. I had these like really weird like leather slipper type shoes on, and I remember going up to the platform because I was going to be beheaded. So that was an unusual experience, but I saw that straight away. So that was me going into a theta healing session, and that's what came out for me. I mean, you know, that was how I set it up. See, I've been dreaming a lot the last few days. Yeah, so you're having your clairvoyance starting to open and activate as well. So yeah, you can see past lives. When I went in and did theta healing basic, because I did it out the UK and I was in Australia, I was doing the courses through the night. So during the day, I sort of got up and I just kept seeing everybody's past life in the group, around persecution and witch wound and all of that stuff started to come up. Okay, Marnie. Very interesting. I've started dreaming quite a lot lately. I think you've unlocked something in me. Yeah, I unlocked it in you in that healing session. Yeah. Yeah, and because you normally feel things, Marnie, you feel everything through the body, right? So some people feel a lot of stuff through the body, and you can take on stuff through the body, and that is making you ill. So it's actually better that we've started unlocking you so that you're seeing it, so it's outside the body as such. Oh, I used to have very vivid movie style dreams as a kid, but I've lost the ability to visualize it as an adult, and I don't remember dreaming a lot over the past years, but I've had a few interesting dreams again lately. Yeah. Yeah, it's me unlocking stuff within you, but also in the collective, you're being unlocked as well, your intuition. I said, you know, we're going to have this awakening January, February, March as well. So that's clairvoyance. So let me know in the chat if people have that one. So I have that one. Yeah. And we can have a really big fear around clairvoyance. And I mean, I joke and I sort of say, oh, I don't see dead people, because that would actually freak me out if I saw. Would it freak me out? Look, they come, but I don't physically see them. I do see a lot of stuff, but I don't necessarily want to see a lot of stuff. So for me, I can control what I see and what I don't see. So I have that belief, but this can be a big one. Yeah, especially when people are scared of like seeing ghosts and things like that, and that could come from childhood, where you would see things when you were younger, and you'd be frightened of it. Okay, so for me, at the beginning of the year, what was unlocking in me was more clairvoyance, but I was starting to see orbs, and the orbs, they wouldn't be like here as I'm looking like at my hand. They would be through TV. So if I was on a Zoom call, you would, I'd start to see this like blue light come through, or a red light and things like that. It only happened with certain clients, or things flashing in front of me. It only happened in sessions with clients that were like really comfortable around it, so presences would come through. But it, as quick as it came, it left. So you can naturally close that one down. So clairaudient for Megan North is your strongest. Clairsentient is strongest. Claircognizance is very good. Clairvoyant, depending. I have a fear around this, I think. Yeah, a lot of people have a fear. That's why it's well known, but it's least common. Yeah, you know, so lots of, yeah. Yeah, love an orb. Oh dear. Okay, so the next one is clairaudience. So that's the gift of hearing. Okay, so sometimes when this is opening up in people, that they hear a lot of ringing in their ears. So a high pitched ring is, we say it's like your angels as well. But it can also be coding, it could be messages and things like that. A lot of people that are blocking their clairaudient gift can actually suffer with things like tinnitus and ringing in the ears, ear infections. You're blocking the hearing and things like that. So it can be the hearing of voices. So angels speak really high pitched. So what you have to do is, if you want the message, you actually have to tell them to slow their speed down, and just keep saying, what do you mean? What do you mean? Just tell me slower, and or show me another way, and it will come through in a different vibration. There's still a lot of fear around hearing as well. A lot of people, because you're quiet at night, will hear things through the night. So that can also bring up fears as well, especially if you heard a lot as a child. Okay, Amy is clairaudience very strong. Vicky, I get the ear ringing a lot. It's different right ear to left ear. Yes. Okay, so your right ear is masculine, so it's about you taking action, and your left ear is coding. Okay, so it's been recoded, so it's working with the feminine. That's often past loved ones for me. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of fear around clairaudient. It's an incredible gift to have clairaudient, especially being able to hear your angels, but also to be able to hear your body talking to you. Okay, that's really interesting. And also hearing other people's bodies talking to you. So as a medical intuitive, when I scan people's bodies, I can actually hear their body like talk to me. So I have a strong clairaudient, but I have other gifts that are strong, and they all sort of tend to work together. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So being able to hear the body talking to you, being able to hear the sounds of your guides, and things like the elementals. It could be, plants can talk to you, your crystals can talk to you, and things like that. So the body will talk to me. Do I really tune into crystals and let them talk to me? No, not really. Do I sort of let plants talk to me? No, not really. But that's not really the plane that I'm really into. I'm probably more of a body worker and things like that. But there are people that are like that. We're in theta healing, when we start learning to talk to elementals and plants and stuff like that. Because you learn like different things in the courses. I sort of didn't do bad with the plant thing. But there were some people that were just amazing at that type of thing. So also being able to hear like mediumship, hearing people that have passed over, your like loved ones, is really interesting, because mediumship and hearing loved ones that they've passed over and that they're happy and they have a message for you can be the most amazing gift that you can give someone. So I don't do a lot of mediumship work, but every now and again, I do have clients that have loved ones that have passed over, and sometimes there is a message and I will pass that on, but it's not something that I particularly am drawn to do loads of work with, in all fairness. So yeah, letting them know that they're okay and really helping someone through the grieving process is a beautiful thing, is an absolute beautiful thing. Who was I talking to the other day? And they said, oh yeah, that was it, Kate Hodge, in the group. She said that she had a message from a loved one for her dentist. So we were just having a little giggle at that one. So the next one that's a really interesting one, right? And I want to talk a little bit more about this, especially with our kids that are sort of on this planet nowadays, is Claire Alliance. So that's ALIANCE, Claire Alliance. That is actually the sense of smell, right? And this is one that I really struggle with. I haven't had a sense of smell for a long time, but I also think I've shut that off because I've worked so much in like hair chemicals over the years that, like inhaling bleach and colours, and I sort of giggle at that, but it's really serious. So I think I've actually shut that capacity down. But it was interesting because the other day I walked into somewhere and I could smell something, and I was like, that's really interesting. So every now and again I will pick that up. So it might be that I was doing a healing on someone the other day and I said, oh, that was it. I said, I'm smelling lavender and lily of the valley. I said, did your grandmother wear that perfume? And she was like, yes. I said, like, okay, your grandmother's here. Yeah, so both your kids have super sensitive sense of smell. Yes, and my son does, like horrifically sensitive smell. So Rory was born with his cleft lip and palate. So one of his nostrils was completely open. He wasn't joined in one of the areas, and he has like, for him, mint. He hates the smell of mint, and he won't let me work on him with that. So Millie, my daughter, can be a right little minx with him. So she'll buy mints, and I can't put peppermint or anything like that. So he has a real sense of like trauma when it comes to the smell of mint. But he is so sensitive with smell. I have to be really careful around the house with him. But yeah, he's obviously Claire Alliance. I'm just reading through. Okay, so your Claire Alliance is very strong. My 7-year-old daughter can see past loved ones that she has never met and says things that she would not know if she wasn't born then. Yeah, we've got a lot of old souls on the planets now. So after the year of 2000, we're having like, we've given birth to like starseed and Palladian kids, but they're here to raise the consciousness. So they're super psychic. So that's why super intuitive, super psychic, and things like that. That's why a lot of kids are diagnosed with ADHD, autism, and things like that. It's because they're on a higher frequency, which is amazing. But that's what we need, because the planet is raising, and these kids are our future. Okay, they're going to be they're game changers. They're going to be doing completely different things. So what you'll find is that a lot of our kids have these quite unusual clairvoyance, Claire Alliance, and things like that. So yeah, sense of smell is really interesting. So it's like, you've got Claire Alliance when, sometimes you hear that saying, I can smell a rat. When you think, this isn't right, I can smell the truth. I can smell a rat. That person lying to me, right? That's like Claire Alliance as well. And I remember, I think it was either my mum or my dad. They would be like, yeah, I can smell it. It's not right. It smells off. This doesn't make sense. And it was interesting because the other day I took some meat out the freezer and I left it on the side, and Millie said to me, that smells. That's not right. And I was like, no, it's fine. And she's like, no, we're not eating it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she's picking up on stuff. So yeah, you can like walk into somewhere and you're just like, nah, this doesn't feel right. And there's people on the planet that can actually smell disease and they can smell death. So you can walk in somewhere and you'll be like, yeah, that's not right. So yeah, let me know. Yeah, you have a block with your guides and your angels. Yeah, so Joanne, what was interesting, clairaudient for Linley, what was interesting for me was I actually had to go back and do a healing, and it was me sat in a high chair as a baby, and I remember seeing angels at a very young age, but something happened that I got frightened and I associated this fear and an angel being there. So I completely blocked it out. So that's what happened for me when it came to angels. Okay, the other sense that we've got is clairgustry, which is taste. So this is really interesting when it comes to our kids. So, and you might have had this yourself as you were growing up, there's certain foods that you could not stomach. And there's a lot of kids nowadays that really struggle with eating meat. Okay, so they want to become, they get to that stage where they understand that they're eating meat, and then what can happen is, because they have this clairgustry, they can feel the emotions of that animal passing over. Because when an animal passes over, you know, sometimes there's fear trapped in the body because the animal doesn't understand. And then sometimes if you're clairgustry and you eat that animal, you can take on the emotions of that animal. It can also work with plants as well, because plants, as I said earlier, plants have feelings and emotions. They're alive, right? So it can be the same. So you'll find that kids that, you know how you sometimes have kids that just will eat white bread and maybe a chicken nugget that's been completely processed, because it's been so processed, it's not really an animal. Or they'll eat white bread and butter and maybe a fish finger, which isn't really like a fish finger. So they're eating that type of food because they're clairgustry. So sometimes children like that or adults like that need to have certain healings to be able to not absorb the feelings and the emotions of anything. So clairgustry is taste. Okay, so psychic taste. So, for instance, they could go to a restaurant, you could go to a restaurant, right? And sometimes you can have an absolute favorite restaurant, and because you love the way that cook prepares the food. And I was talking to a client today about it, about when I did my last retreat, I had the beautiful Izzy cooking vegan food for us, and she absolutely loves what she does to a dying passion, right? And you can taste that in her food. Her food was amazing. And that's why I did vegan food on that awakening retreat, because as I was like opening people up, I didn't want them to feel funny about certain foods as well. So yeah, you can go to a restaurant and you can taste whether that food has been cooked by loving hands. It's like, you know, going home, and for me, you know, it's a roast dinner by my mum with the gravy and the roast potatoes, and my dad making the bread sauce. You know, because it tastes like home. You know, so clairgustry is in that within me. But I'm not that so super psychic. I can turn my clairgustry on and I can turn it off as well. I have to be quite careful around alcohol and bars as well. That's the only thing for clairgustry with me, is certain alcohol. I'm all right on a red wine. Okay, so you'll be fine buying me a red wine. Let's just read this. It is funny, Vicky Pierce, how I'm called Claire And you know that my maiden name, if you didn't know, my maiden name is Channel. So I am a clear channel. And I struggled with that name all my life until I understood why it was there. And I wasn't going to be called Claire. I was going to be called Nina. And my dad went to go and register me. And he came back. My mum said, okay, have you done it? Is it Nina? He went, no, it's Claire. And she was like, where's that come from? He said, I don't know. My dad had the download. Yeah. So I don't think he was in good books, but, yes, they are all Claires. And I have all the Claires because I've checked. And some are stronger than others. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. When my mum died, I watched her soul leave her body about an hour after she passed, and I could smell was death after her in that room. Yep, so you have that. I blocked them out around 8 years old. There you go. I'm not sure what's happening, but keeps going, keep getting messages being punished. Okay. So hold on to that one. Don't let it affect you. So just mark that you know it's there and that it's going to be healed and completed. Stephanie. Can definitely recognise the smell of death. Yes, you worked in palliative care for over 20 years and can often sense if people are really unwell. Yes, Marnie. A movie I watched years ago, Like Water for Chocolate, was all about people eating the woman's food, expressing the emotions she was feeling while cooking. Yes. And Melissa, it actually goes back to like a lot of Wicca and witchcraft stuff, which is quite interesting. So from that, hello, Melinda, see you here. Thanks for joining us. So yes, you can actually taste whether a cook is happy or sad. And you can taste the emotions of the food. And this is ancient stuff, totally ancient. And it goes back all the way to like Wicca, witchcraft, pagan stuff, ancient herbalists mixing up stuff and then putting so as they would be crushing the herbs and then adding everything in, they would be sort of chanting over it, going, oh, make this fertile, make this woman fertile so she can have more babies, do this, do that, make sure, we heal this toxicity within the body, and they're making all those potions and they're putting that energy of intent, because words are powerful. Words can heal you and can break you, right? So intention is everything. That's why we set the intention on this live tonight. What do you want to get from this? Because when you set the intention, we are creating. I'm working with magic and alchemy all the time. I'm using my pendulums. So when you are creating something and you're setting those intentions, that's the outcome from that thing. You've had right ear ringing lately. Yeah, so you need to take action, Wendy. That's what it's telling you. So, it goes back to making lotions and potions. You could even say spells, and I see spells not as a bad thing. It can be a positive thing as well, and people cooking over the pot and healing and things like that. You can, and Melissa, we've been talking about this, we can infuse water. Water is energy. We can put the crystals in the water, we can do blessings, we can make holy water and things like that. So everything is energy. So we're putting energy into food, we're putting energy, we're putting love. You have something that is homegrown. Grow some tomatoes. How fabulous do they taste compared to like shop bought ones? It's really, really interesting. So, energy and intention over food. Years ago, we'd sing over food. We'd bless the food. Why do a lot of religions bless food? Thank you. Bless our food before we eat it. Because blessing your food and putting happy intentions over it can actually change and heal you. Yeah, you've been charging your water every morning with your pendulum. That baby swings for like 4 minutes. It's fascinating. Yeah. And some people that have clairgustery can feel all that, can feel that blessing. Yeah. They can feel the good and they can feel the bad. So yeah, it all goes back to like spells and witchcraft, and it's thousands upon thousands of years ago, years ancient practices. And as we unlock things and we awaken, new practices, ancient practices come back to us. But things like this, blessing the food, creating intentions, and all of that, all this ancient work, art of doing things, the old ways, also can bring up, great fear, especially if we look at the blessings of food and spells, witchcraft, all of that type of thing, from a positive point of view. It goes back to the persecution and the witch wound and the burnings. And this is where we've shut down through lifetimes our sacred gifts and our intuition because of, something's happened in the past. 9 million women over the centuries were burned, persecuted, accused of using intuition and a knowing. And this is one of the things that when I attract healers, when I've done courses, I've done classes where I've assisted in teaching anything, the first time I work with someone is like, okay, let me just heal the witch wound. Let me just heal the persecution, and things like that. For me, it's like spiritual housekeeping now. When someone comes into my vortex, that's the first thing that I do, is just make sure, yep, it's ticked. Because that was the first thing that I saw when I did theta healing, was I saw all my class buddies having this persecution wound, having this like experience in their past life. And I was like, okay, why am I seeing all this stuff? And it's like, clear it. I'm like, oh, how do I clear it? I'll tell you. So I was like clearing it for them in the classes, and it was absolutely fascinating. And I love working on the witch wound. Absolutely love it. So when you have that witch wound, there is not a hope in hell that you're going to open up any more psychic gifts, any more intuition, or anything like that, because you've gone through, you've either seen it happen to someone, you've either experienced it yourself. It started around the 1400 and something, and went through to about the 1700s. And then in America, it was around the Salem witch trials and the witch hunt. So we had it longer in Europe than we did in America. Big, beautiful full moon tonight. A great time to release the old. Yes. So, some of us will be clearing some of this persecution and this witch wound as well. And this is really around a lot of women not being able to talk, not being able to have a voice, not being able to voice their opinion, not be able to talk about their wishes and their desires. And it's crippling. And also I see a lot of women, because I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, really struggle with being seen on social media and things like that. So, because they don't feel safe. They feel like they're either going to be criticized or judged or persecuted. And what happens when they do step up and they do get to be seen? That is the manifestation, because that is the wound that needs healing. So, yeah. So it's no surprise that many women and men, etc., actually hide their psychic and spiritual abilities. Okay, so we've been accused of insanity. I won't lie. Sometimes when all of my stuff started opening up, and I was like, okay, am I going crackers? I would say that. Okay, I'm seeing that. Okay, what is that? Am I going crackers? I remember doing medical intuition, and I was working a lot with karma, which I love. And I actually had to go back to Sky Alchemist and go, right, I keep hearing this, and I keep hearing this, and I keep hearing that. Is that such a thing? And she's like, yep, that's such a thing. Yep, that's such a thing. Yep, you're spot on. Don't worry about it. Even sometimes I'm like, oh, really? Really? I don't really have that anymore, because I'm just like, I think sometimes you just test yourself for a few times and you go, okay, is that really a thing? Okay, all right, got it. And then you sort of off you go again. You get you've got your training wheels, and then you get going. But yeah, when I was hearing things like working on karma, and I was like, oh, there's a karmic lock, a karmic block, and there's a this and there's a that. And I was like, Sky, is that such a thing? And she's like, yeah, that is such a thing. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, okay, great. I can take the training wheels off now. So yeah, so a lot of women will struggle being seen as a healer and really owning their gifts and going to that next level because they've got this persecution wound. The good thing is that since the 1960s, we really have been stepping up from, our predecessors, that spiritual practice is becoming more the norm. And, we're going to be the fate changers and the game changers, because the work that we do makes it more socially acceptable for it just to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming for our generations going further down the track. And it's really interesting because you will see, a lot of people, human designs come in, and, a lot of entrepreneurs are saying, oh, I work with human design, and I work with this and I work with that. I work with this in my business. I work with that in my business, and things like that. But even when I say to people, oh, I talk to the soul of your business, and sometimes people go, we know you've got a good personality, Claire, but are you are you joking or are you serious? And I'm like, no, I'm serious, and I speak to your guides and I speak to your business, and this is what we do. Yeah, Vicky Pierce, you're a human design chick, aren't you? So, maybe I'm here just to make things more normal. Oh. But that's what holds me back, not feeling safe to be spiritually open in this world. And it was I was the same, I laugh and joke, but it was actually my husband one day said to me, when you say what you do to people, you always have like a little giggle. He said, why do you giggle? And I went, oh, yeah. I said, well, maybe I'm just trying to test the water to see what their reaction would be. And he said, just own it. He said, you are what you are, just own it. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, great. So I took that advice on. But as we were growing up, we get taught to ignore and suppress our psychic gifts, okay? How many times at school were we ever given the blue badge or the gold badge or first position or first place or an A star for our psychic gifts, for being intuitive? No. You got the reward for being an A student for doing your maths test or your spelling. Well, I'd certainly got a Z grade for that because I'm dyslexic. So, I certainly didn't get to the top of the class for that. The only thing that I got sort of rewarded in was I was good at needlework and cooking and art. That was it. But, can you imagine what our world would be like if I would get an A star for my psychic gifts, especially my channeling, for my written work. I'd still need Suri and Grammarly and Chat GPT to help me with my spelling. But, we would be ridiculed or dismissed. And what happens is, because we weren't embraced with the gifts that we have, we shut them down. So, the way that we can be game changers for our children and our grandchildren is that we can embrace those gifts of them, and we can just bring it more to the forefront, and schools are going to change over the years. The children that we have now are going to be our future teachers. They're going to be the future government, so it's all going to be a knock-on effect. It's going to be, I'll be accused of cheating with your name alone. Yes, I would be. Yeah. And actually, when I was at school, I tried to change my name. I tried to drop the E off the end. So I was literally a Claire without the E, interestingly enough. So, we lose trust in ourselves because we're not rewarded. We don't get the validation for our gifts. And this lack of trust becomes our reality. And we begin to believe that we're not gifted or talented. And it's all a bit make-believe, and it's all a bit Harry Potter world, and it's not true, but it is true. Okay, the other gifts that we can have is Claire empathy. And this was me, Claire empathy. and I have to really watch this one as well for me. So it's being empathetic. I say, so you can basically feel other people's emotions. And this was one thing that was really strong with me when I was a hairdresser. So I could literally see the client getting out their car, walking around, coming into the salon, and I could feel all the stuff going on for them. And I'd be like, oh, okay, right. Okay, how are you today? Come and have a seat. And I could just feel it. Yeah, I can walk into a room and I can feel what's gone on as well. You can actually get it to be shut down by your parents and other people, and even a partner. So quite a narcissistic partner could turn around and say, stop being so sensitive. And we tend to say, it tends to happen a lot to boys as well. Okay, so they get berated for being too sensitive. But actually, it's a superpower. It's a superpower to be able to read other people's emotions. But what can happen with Claire empathy is that you can absorb those energies. Okay, so that's where it can start to kick in with around shamanism and stuff like that. So you need to release like oaths and vows, contracts, commitments, promises, and obligations around pulling other people's emotions and trying to heal it. So there's a difference between Claire empathy and then just then like shamanic practice where you're pulling in other people's emotions and you don't know how to release it as well. And a lot of children are have Claire empathy. So they'll be the ones at the school where you get called into school and they say, oh, she really struggles with friends. Or she's really quiet, or she's very upset today, and things like that. So you're just they can pull in other kids' emotions and things like that, and they can also be bullied a lot. So if you're empathetic, you can be bullied a lot. Yeah, I've been too sensitive at times. Well, I didn't know that was a thing. I definitely have Claire empathy. Yeah. Yep. And it's a superpower. You want to turn it into a superpower. That's why, Marnie, you take on stuff within the body. So Claire empathy is because you can feel everything, right? You're a feeler. You can feel people's emotions. You can suck them in, and then they get stored in your body. And then that's when you don't know how to get rid of it. So you could walk into a room, you could walk somewhere, or you could be with someone, and then they're like they can be like energy vampires, or you've sucked all the crap off of them and you've stored it, and you can leave and you can feel like this afterwards. Oh my God. And also, you need to detach from the collective consciousness, because you can actually be Claire, you can have Claire empathy for humanity as well. Yeah, Claire empathy is strong with me, very sensitive too. Yeah. Yeah. And it's easy to, people will say to you, oh, you need to have boundaries. When you're empathetic, it's really hard to install a boundary, really hard, because you know what it feels like for that person to have that boundary put in. Does that make sense? Yeah, you're like a sponge. Yeah. But you can change that, Wendy. It's just changing beliefs. It's changing fifth plane oath, vows, contracts, commitments, promises, and obligations. Yeah. Are you all enjoying this? I know some of you are very up on this stuff, but I hope I'm teaching you, and like awareness is 80% of the healing. So I'm hoping that you're really enjoying this. I know we're going a bit longer than I thought tonight. Okay, so the next one we've got is Claire Tangent, touch. This is me to a T. I'm one of those people that will walk around the shop and I have to touch and feel everything. I touch and because I was a hairdresser, touching, feeling, touching people, touching hands, I use touch to read information. Like how sometimes people use braille to read. Like my touch is very active, and you'll see me in videos doing this, touching, like doing this. It's not creepy. But I'm so used to using my hands and touching everything. Okay, good. You're enjoying it. because you want to feel the vibration and the information through your hands. Yeah. So I would heal people through my touch, with like touching their hair and touching their head and things like that. Okay, the other one we have is claircognizance. So that is a real strong sense of knowing. And this is an amazing superpower to have. And 9 times out of 10, everybody has this. It's just that deep knowing. You don't know why you know it, you just know it. So I have this really strong in healings, and it will be like this information just like comes in and I just know this stuff. It's like, okay, right, it's that. So claircognizance, it's a real strong sense of knowing. It's the most common, and it's that feeling of this feels right and no doubt, and it's that real strength behind it of someone says to you, like someone said to me not so long ago last year when I said, okay, we're going to move to Brisbane. Well, why do you want to do that? And I was like, because that's the right thing to do. I just knew, I had that real strong sense. This is it. This is what I'm doing. And I do that a lot with a lot of things. And 9 times out of 10, it works out. It works out because I have that real strong sense of knowing. Yes, kids that are very tactile need to fiddle and rub toys and tags. Yes, because they're reading the energy. Yeah. So it was interesting when I went to the kitchen shop the other week to order the kitchen, right? So she gave me the kitchen door, and I went to touch it, and I know this is getting more in me, this touchy feeling thing. So I felt the door of the cabinet and I went, that doesn't feel right. And she was like, what? And I went, I don't want it to feel like that. And I was like, God, I sound really like weird. And then I thought afterwards, oh, I'm really starting to activate what things feel like in me. And it was like choosing the worktop, and like there was granite, there was Caesar stone, and then I felt Corian, and I went, no, it needs to be Corian, because I was just feeling everything, and I was feeling the handles, and I was going around the kitchen shop just feeling. I was like, yeah, that feels right. No, that doesn't feel right. Yeah, that feels right. My husband was like, he's sort of used to that with me, because I am a feeler with things, but it's got worse. Not worse, it's got more activated, I want to say. So I know Jackie's watching this tonight. It's going to be interesting when I do Reiki with you. I'll be touching and feeling everything. But I don't know if that's activating because I'm ready to start doing more stuff with my hands. So the other one that there is clairsentient. So clairsentient isn't touch. Clairsentient is a gut instinct. Okay, so a lot of people that are clairsentient actually have gut issues. Okay, because they could be what's the word? Empathetic. So they could be pulling this stuff in, and they're clairsentient. So it's all around their body, and they can store things within their solar plexus. So clairsentient people actually use their solar plexus to heal other people as well. So there can be that fine line between clairsentient and empaths, pulling the emotions in, and the clairsentient is trying to heal it through the solar plexus, but they can't release that old energy and those old programs in there. So then it becomes like gut issues and stuff like that. Yeah. So clairsentient people, it's really important that, and empathetic people, that you move energy through the body. So things like Reiki, energy healing, using a pendulum, somatic exercises, anything like that. Those people really store trauma. They store emotions, feelings, energies within the body. So there's some people that need, I want to say more like theta healing is a different type of modality. Theta healing is more like, I feel, is more outside the body, and it's more like belief systems. It's more making sense of things as a healing modality, I personally find. But then you've also got other healing. So when I studied women's work with Vanya Silverstone, and I did Sacred Star healing, that really opened up for me understanding how to move energy through the body and actually talking to the body, body whispering and stuff like that, because different modalities will open up different things within you. Okay, it will unlock different things. So it's not saying that if you did that course that would unlock in you. Everything's like individual for everybody. So for me, theta healing opened up the Akashic records and the Acacia, and learning all that type of thing, that just literally opened up. So when I did Vanya Silverton's work, it was all about moving the body, moving the energy through the body. So really working with people that are clairsentient and sensitives and empathy people, and helping to release and move it and allowing the body to release. And clairsentient and clairempathetic people will actually have a lot more elements within the body, in all fairness. Yeah. What else did I want to say about that? So, when we use our intuition and our gifts and we unlock it, and as I said, like for me, theta healing really unlocked the Akashic records, past life, belief systems and all things like that. And then, the energy work really came through with working with Vanya Silverton, and then medical intuition when I worked with Skylar Akamisis. That actually, for me, yes, I was learning all about medical intuition, but it actually unlocked a lot of working with the elements, working with dragons, working more with pendulums, working with spells, dowsing, like all the ancient practices, like collecting like things like around Book of Shadows, working with karma. So it opened up like a completely different area within me. So what can happen is, with your different intuitive abilities and your different skills, you can use your different skills for different practices. So some people, like for me, when I first started doing this stuff, when I went for theta healing, I wasn't planning on doing this type of thing ever. Okay, I just went and did the theta healing because I wanted to work on myself, to do it for personal development. So everybody's like different, but some people will use their sacred gifts for psychic readings. Some people will do energy clearings. Some people will do like tarot cards or readings for others. Some people want to specialize. Some people actually do want to go into healing. Some people want to be psychics. There's lots of different things that we can do. For me, I like working with money. I like working with health. I like working with businesses. I like working with women that want to up level in all areas of their life. I would be really stuck if someone said to me, Claire, all you're going to do is work on somebody with X, Y, and Z, and that's all you're ever going to do. So I like to be very creative with my gifts and my talents, whereas some people, want to work with one thing and one thing only. And you can have people that do feng shui, the energy clear homes. Millie's going to study interior design, and she wants to do feng shui. So for her, it's more about like healing the home and creating nice energy and flow within the home. That's more her thing at this present moment in time. So there's lots of different ways that you can use your intuition, you can use your gifts and use your talents. I mean, I can see that tonight, some of you have said, you want your intuition to help you with this, you want your intuition to help you with that. And that's how it rolls, and that's how it goes. The one thing that you really want to be working on when it comes to like unlocking your intuition and really working with it is being open to magic. Being open to the magic of what happens. Like as I said, I went into a course to be able to learn theta healing, but it unlocked the Akashic for me. I went into medical intuition to be able to help people, as a medical intuitive, but the gift for me, so me helping, then unlocked a gift within me. And that gift was, more of the ancient Wicca, witchcraft, elements, dowsing, and that type of thing, and it's sort of, it goes full circle, and I feel like I'm back again now into the Akashic records, working on another deeper level around karma, money blocks and things like that. So, you know, it's always a beautiful dance of where you're being led to open up this area. Where are you being led to open up that area as well? So, you know, the great news is that we all have our psychic gifts. But as I said earlier, you know, you've written into the chat where you feel your strongest one is. And it's a bit like, you know, I'm right-handed, so I write with my right hand. You know, but I might do a job more with my dominant left hand. So whatever comes natural and easy to you is normally the one that is your go-to. But one thing that I will say, try, is to ask for it to be shown to you in a different way. So when I started really opening and trusting into all the messages that I got, and yeah, there was days at the beginning that I was like, am I going crackers? Am I really seeing this? Is this really what happens? Is this and this, that? You know, you do think, okay, that's just normal. But what I will say is that if I didn't get it, I asked for it in a different way. And that's one thing that I will always, you know, being assisting in teaching and helping other healers get really, really good at honing in on their skills, is if you don't understand it the first way, ask for it again to be shown to you in a different way. And then show me a different way, show me a different way. And that really starts to open it up. So for me, it was always like visual, and then it was like knowing, and then I would hear things, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I would always ask for it to be shown in a different way. And that really starts to open up your library of intuitive gifts. So, you know, whether you're seeing it like from a movie, whether you're hearing it, whether you're feeling it, the more that you can really open up your spiritual library of how you're shown things or know things, the more powerful you become and the quicker you become with different things as well. And I will say, you know, like pendulum dowsing can really, really help you improve your intuition as well. You know, it is actually a really nifty technique to learn, you know, the dowsing, because it also, because you can actually get quite tired with all the channeling and all the information coming in. So if you want to be able to do more work during the day and see more clients, like dowsing and bringing in the information through a different practice is actually a lot easier. In all fairness, that's what I've found. All right, let's do some clearing. Close your eyes. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to make some space within you. So we're going to do some clearing, and we're going to clear out some of the old programs, all the old stories, any energetic blocks that are blocking you, so that we can make space for our intuition. Because this is one of the things that, you know, a lot of people say to me, I want to work on this and I want to have this and I want to up level in my intuition and etc., etc., etc. But they actually don't give themselves space to either give themselves time to study this. Because I have a lot of people say, well, how have you managed to get so good so quick? Practice, 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 and more practice. Yeah. So it's doing the swaps. And it's, you know, for me, it was like constantly working on myself and constantly connecting in. So how many of you actually do make time and space for this? It's like driving a car. Yeah, you're not going to pass your test within 2 lessons, within 2 hours. Okay, it's going to take multiple hours and multiple skills. And practice, practice, practice. So you've got to give yourself time and space, and you've got to give yourself brain space. So we're going to do that tonight. We're going to do some clearing around your brain. And I'm probably one of those people that even when I started hairdressing, I've got a very high discipline threshold, maybe, where, you know, I would really hone my skills of being a really good hairdresser. And I use that discipline now. Yeah, you do something every day. Yeah. Hi, Karen. Okay, so close your eyes. Let's take some nice deep breaths, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, and we're going to call back in your guides and everyone that's there staying in the vortex. And we're going to command that this session, this clearing, aims to activate, empower, and increase our psychic and intuition and spiritual gifts by multiples of 100,000 and a million fold. So whatever is right and ready for you at this time in the most loving, gentle, and easy way, so mote it be. Okay, and I want you to feel that energy coming all the way through from the soles of your feet, really working with this eternal spirit of the feminine, this beautiful feminine energy, Mother Earth energy, coming all the way through your whole body system up to the top of your heads. Breathing in, working with your higher power, your spirit guides, calling everybody in of 100% love and light. And anything that's not of 100% love and light, we command that they just leave. Okay, just really bringing in that energy of you are loved, you are valued, and all your guides to bond with you. Okay, and we're going to call in Archangel Azrael to come in and witness the death and the rebirth and be the overseer of this healing. So I'm going to allow him to come in and help, assist. And he's going to come in to clear and complete all lifetimes, including this one where we have been hurt, persecuted, bullied, humiliated, shut down for being too sensitive, too bright, too kind, too gifted, too talented. Okay, just feel that energy starting to go. Okay, some of you are going to feel emotional and some of you are going to really feel it in that throat chakra. We're going to release all cords around the throat to persecution. Okay, some of you are really feeling that energy now leaving your mouth. I'm going to ask Creator, the Divine, for permission to help us heal and move on from those lifetimes, those experiences. Okay, we're going to work with Archangel Metatron and Creator and the Divine now to really understand why we have shut down those gifts, those intuitive gifts. So we're not going to relive any trauma. So some of you have shut them down because you need to feel safe. Because you've never had a lifetime of feeling safe with your intuitive gifts and your talents. So can we teach you what it feels like, that it's safe and possible to be safe in the arms of Creator, the Divine, and to have your gifts and your talents, and that it's safe and possible to be acknowledged for your gifts and your talents. Okay, just breathe. Some of you really need to breathe. Breathe this through. Okay, and we're going to ask that this healing of the wounded soul take place now, and that we can create a serene body, a serene life, a serene environment around us, and allow our psychic, our spiritual, and our intuitive abilities to return to us unmarked, without trauma, without sacrifice, coming back into us in all directions and time under the law of grace, compassion, and mercy. So mote it be. Washed, rinsed, healed, replaced on all levels, all aspects, all timelines and dimensions. You just need to say yes out loud, or yes in the chat, or yes in the replay, and this will happen. And releasing all inherited fears. So that's not coming back, the inherited fears. No humiliation attached to these gifts that are unlocking now within you. Let's just unlock them. Releasing all past life trauma. Okay, I'm going to send blue-green energy to this as well. And ask Creator to help us overcome any obstacles that may be stopping or impeding our progress. Okay, so we're going to clear all energetic blocks, known and unknown, in all directions of time under the law of grace, mercy, and compassion. So mote it be. Let us create powerful and gentle, loving energy amongst ourselves with the highest and best intentions for our intuition opening back up. So some of us may have had lifetimes where we've used our intuition, our guides, or our gifts, or our guidance, or our gifts, and it wasn't a great outcome. So can we just release that within you? Just say yes and return those gifts so that we use them in the best and highest intentions for ourselves and others. And really allow to embrace ourselves and our intuition and connect with ourselves on a more deeper spiritual level. Can we just bring in forgiveness of ourselves and others? So that we can heal and strengthen our intuition. And that our goal is to activate, empower, and exponentially increase our intuition, our psychic and spiritual gifts, allowing us to tap into our highest potential and allow us to work towards our higher vision, our higher goals, with what we intentionally set out with tonight and over the next 3 nights. Okay, so I want you to imagine that this energy now is spinning all around you, and I want you to feel like you're stepping into a pyramid, a beautiful purple pyramid. And as you sit in that pyramid energy, you're going to feel a really big clearing on that third eye chakra. So if you can just pull in that beautiful pyramid energy, spinning it in a counterclockwise, just cleansing and clearing, making space. And just clearing and completing all lifetimes where we've seen trauma, pain, suffering, bullying, persecution, humiliation, any hurt of ourselves or others or family members over lifetimes. Let's just clear that through that chakra or any other chakra where this feels stored. Some of you have actually got it through that the back part of your neck where you attach yourself. That back chakra, the back of your neck actually goes to the Akashic records. So can we just clear that for you as well? Just say yes out loud if you want this. Okay, so let Archangel Azrael do that clearing. So he's basically, it feels like he's pulling cords out the back of your neck. So just allow that to happen if you want this. Just completing all lifetimes. Okay, we're going to ask Archangel Metatron to mark this complete within your Akashic records. And anywhere where our soul has broken over those lifetimes because of using our intuition, our gifts, our talents, our psychic abilities, we're going to ask for a healing on a soul level, releasing that deep grief. And we're going to ask our spiritual support team to work on the root causes of why we've shut down our gifts across those lifetimes, so we can move forward with clarity and confidence, releasing any negative energies or emotions that may be holding us back across those lifetimes, completing any parallel lives, karmic parallel lives, in all directions on time, under the law of grace, compassion, and mercy. And we're going to begin to start to feel lighter, more free, more connected to our higher purpose. Okay, just keep allowing all that shedding. Allow the shedding, allow the shedding. Okay, good. And I really want you to, as you're sat in that pyramid, and you can feel that clearing on your third eye, I really want you to tap into that feeling and that knowing of a better, more positive future. Okay, and I really want you to hone in on that. So things look better, they feel better. You feel brighter, you feel more positive, you've got a higher passion and a purpose. You just have this real sense of knowing. Really cultivating that deep faith and trust. Okay, allowing that to come in. Say yes if you want all this. On all levels, all aspects, all timelines and dimensions. Okay, I want you to feel that sense of release and relief. And over the next few days, I want you to drink plenty of water. If you need to rest, you rest. You be kind and loving to yourself. You make space for yourself. You give yourself time. You give yourself permission to move forward in your life. Good. Okay, so thank you is done, is done, is done. And so it is. Okay, you're just going to vacuum all that old toxicity off of you now. Okay, good. Just allow, allow, allow. Just breathe. Okay, I want you to step out of the pyramid, get back into your body. Allow the energies to go back through your whole body system. Okay, just breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. And in your own time, open your eyes and come back. All right, I'm just going to blow the candle out. Okay, let me know in the chat how you're doing, how you feel. I feel that I'm going to get my upgrade through the night, like I normally do. Okay, so good. Thank you so much. Perfect. Right, I'm sorry I've gone over time. So I know some of you have been sharing on your social media pages that this has been happening, and you've been inviting new people into the group, which is wonderful. And I said that whoever shares this and promotes me, promotes promotes the group, brings people in, gets the chance to win a private session with me. So I'm going to do a name pull out of my little pot. So some of these people in here are from the last winning, which Marnie won a session with me. You loved it, Marnie, didn't you? So I'm going to pull a name tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday night. So you've still got time to be in the pot, and it will stay in there. Every time that you share, a name will go in, but you have to tag me so I can see that you've shared it on your social media page. Otherwise I won't know to put you in the pot. So we're going to pull a names to win a private session. So what I will do is whoever's name I pull out, I will contact you tomorrow with a booking link for you to I will send you a Calendly link so you can book your session in with me. So we've got someone for tonight, someone for tomorrow, and someone for Wednesday night. So you've still got time to share this group on your socials and invite people in. Yeah, and the more you share it, the more your name goes in. So should we have a drum roll? Okay, who wants to win a private session with me? I have a name. Okay. Julie. So Julie Torrance. Julie, you're tonight. You're the lucky winner. She's not here tonight, but I will message her. No doubt she'll see it on the replay. So Julie, that is you tonight. Do you want to see your name? Julie. Julie. There we go. All right. So keep sharing. Keep bringing people into the group. And you will get the chance to win. So every time we do an event, if you share it, you bring people in or invite people into the group, let me know and I will put your name in the hat to win a private session with me. So there we go. Everybody okay? Wendy, bit of a sore throat. Thank you. Okay, drink plenty of water. No, Kirsty, I did put your name in. I did see you because we're friends, so I saw it. Your name went in. Pina's name went in recently because I saw Pina had done it. I think you did tag me actually, but I did see it. There we go. Awesome, awesome. All right. I will see you same place tomorrow night for round 2. Take care.